meeting by Mr. Ali G. Seka. He is the CEO of Radio BKS. Is in the United States of America. Sarasuni Sweeter. Radio BKS, come on now, Radio BKS, come on now. They don't put you don't far away. Radio BKS, come on now. We are Messale, Kakatoto, Radio BKS, now. So, Pastor Timothy Seka is the OC of Radio BKS. This is Sakrabi, Nima County. Jepumi Saga, Baro Peme, Ochebe. So, Joe Maratiri. Mr. Harris Rebel, Woman, Oche. Radio BKS, Nabo. Radio BKS. Akayale, Abakura. Radio BKS, Nagatire. Hello, Maya. Barabuya, Gomaniuma. Radio BKS, again, Nabatire. Let me recognize the funny hero of Radio BKS, the late Pastor Josh and Bully, first manager, the late Daniel Sitao, second manager. Madam Annie Quade, they are the late Mr. Sam Mame, who cheer for the poor. Mr. Tassie Mame, no we gonna, yeah, the chairman for Butuo. And also you are the premier with the BKS. Make up what to have focus to yeah, with the BKS now. So, follow by other manager, to go Tony. You don't get yeah. There are several come on, my manager. I see you, baby. Sarah, so me, I will do our. There are several here now. Yes, now to our current weapons of Radio BKS, Mr. John Diabasa, don't be me, Thomas. Station manager, Meto Kwasi, studio coordinator. Everybody for me, come on, Farai, TUB.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on your location where you're watching us from this evening, folks. We'd like to say welcome to BKS Television right here. This evening, of course, really on Voice of BKS in Butu Town, Nima County Electoral District number 5. And of course, today is Wednesday, the 3rd of September 2025. Folks, would like to say welcome to BKS Television here this evening. Welcome to the Heat Hour program. My name is Junior Payne, your regular host of the show. On Heat Hour, we say dialogue and our confrontation. We say words and our bullet. As always, we are here. We'd like to give shout out to all of our regular followers of the show. Elvis Tarman is also watching us this evening from Elvis to San Nicole. Elvis, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief? Eric Valentine Payne. Eric, good evening and welcome to the show. He says, I'm following live. Eric, where you watching us from this evening? It's 4 minutes past 8 o'clock in Liberia, of course, 4 minutes past 3 o'clock in Minnesota, USA, 4 minutes past 10 o'clock in Rwanda, East Africa. We'd like to say welcome to the show this evening, all of you. Eric Valentine Payne, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. Elvis Tarman, you're watching us, welcome to the show. Please help us to share the show with somebody and let somebody share with another person too, so that we can have a wonderful, wonderful conversation here today. As part of our headlines for today, stories we have for you on today's edition of the Heat Hour. The Faculty Association of Nima University, the Faculty Association of Nima University, NUFA, announces that all its members will disengage from every academic activity at the end of the final exam. According to them, the decision is triggered by several unsolved issues raised by the association with the school's administration. We're going to be playing you uh, the voice recording when the Faculty Association president spoke with press today at the campus of the Nima University in Sanikoli. Prince Wisa watching us this evening from Ganta City, Nima County. Prince, good evening. Welcome to the show. Which part of Ganta are you watching us from? As part of our headlines for today, we will be playing host to Mr. Thomas Kula. Mr. Thomas Kula will be our guest today. Thomas Kula said he contested in the 2023 presidential election in Liberia as a vice presidential candidate. Thomas is from Nima County. He will be joining us on the show tonight to tell us happenings around, let's say, what are plans he had for the people of Nima County. Thomas is a well-educated guy from Nima, and of course, he earned his associate degree in accounting, a bachelor degree in accounting, and a master degree in business administration and healthcare management. And he's currently pursuing his PhD. Of course, Thomas is going to be here with us tonight on the show, and we hope to have a fascinating discussion with Thomas here this evening on the show. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a wonderful show. It's going to be a great show. 7 minutes past 8 o'clock, we are here. If you're watching us, tell us where you're watching us from this evening. The panelists will be joining us very, very shortly so that we can have a wonderful, wonderful conversation here tonight. CMC political leader Musa Hassan Belite drafts reform grenade. He calls for audit and term reduction across government. So this issue of auditing is going way, way far. I mean, today, the representative elect of Electoral District 5, Nima County, on Okoto Quagru, took to his Facebook page. Let me try to read from his Facebook page what he wrote today. Let me read that for you guys this evening. Honorable Jesse K. Miam and Jesse, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, my chief? This is what Honorable Okoto Quagru of Electoral District 5 wrote on his Facebook page. Good morning to the people of Nima. I listened to Senator Samuel Gomez Koga speaking about auditing the county administration. In my mind, he's right. But the audit should not be limited to the county administration. It should include the legislative support project and district project funds, which were created by members of the 53rd House of Representatives. Because since the members of the 53rd House of Representatives were sworn in and created the legislative support project, some of the projects have remained by name or are non-existent. Goddamn, this is, I don't know what is. I'm trying my best to read this here, but that's what the honorable representative of Electoral District 5 wrote today on his Facebook page. He's calling on audit for the entire legislature. I mean, from the 53rd legislature up to present. That means the honorable vice president regime at the House of Legislature, he's calling for audit from that time. That's a good thing. Other people are calling for audit from 2006. Other people are calling for audits from 2018. Other people calling for audit from the Boakale administration. The senator of Nima County says the superintendent of Nima or the county administration of Nima should be audited. Again, folks, we're here to bring you all of the happenings around Liberia and outside of Liberia too as well. Let's say good evening to you and welcome to the show this evening, Mr. Afonso Wongbo. Afonso, how you doing, my chief?
I'm okay, John. Thank you. And thank you for starting the show with your headline reading the just elected representative, post on Facebook concerning audit becoming song in Nima. I think the news song, somebody also made album out of audit, and audit. Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
I mean, this issue of audit, I think we need to pay a little bit of attention to it and see how best we can discuss it. But again, from the angle of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, uh, on the 1st of September, the African Union Trading Company Incorporated, in partnership with the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, interim leadership conducted a comprehensive drugs testing on more than 70 employees at the agency headquarters. The process began with three intern directors and extended to sectional heads, senior and junior staffs. This is good. I love it. But my only concern is that while we are fighting this pandemic in public, I believe such a thing when it's happening, we shouldn't keep it behind the scene. This should be public. They shouldn't go to do the testing to say Mr. X was found free of drugs. Mr. X was fond of drugs and all of those things. I believe that if they want to do such a thing, it should be public. They should scream it 24/7 until the result come out so that we can believe it because a lot of things happen in Liberia and the state behind closed door. People stress hands. The president called for drugs text for the entire government officials in a country when he took over. But I don't know how many government officials ever did the drug test within a country. So I think we can start the discussion from that end. But let's welcome Shadrach G. Togbe, the change agent from Glow Downplay. Let's welcome him to the show. Over to you now, Alfonso. What's on your mind this evening, Chief?
yeah, John. Before I speak on what on my mind, let me just touch what you touch about me. When you talk about the job issue, um, it is very complicated. Why it's true is a good thing to do job tests to every working environment. It's also complicated and not too sure of people who you doing a job test to be just user. So there are so many of our colleagues or so many of the people, even in government, out of government, that are not just user, but they are some of them are just importer. So how do you detect the man who you do a drug test and saying to the public that he's free of drugs? If you can be the president import drugs to somebody and you go do a drug test and free of drugs. So there's no other instrument to detect whether that person can import drugs. So if the person is using drugs, then you will detect that. So I feel they had to go beyond the texting drugs. I mean, people in offices and know about drugs issue. Notwithstanding, we have so many issues confronting our country, both from developmental issue to political issue to health and other issues. And yeah, yesterday the issue about Ganta it was concerning. Um, I saw some of our stakeholders using their platform to condemn the issue in a political tone, which I feel wasn't good. That made some correction on their post, made my point on their post. But since then they didn't they did not some because some of them they post but they don't read comment. But they yeah one having to be with I mean our our former superintendent Mana Ide Gonglo where I respect so dearly. She made a post condemning the other police, you know, beat on motorcyclist, but she now also condemned the fact that the cyclists also took law in their own hand by even harming the police officer who were just peacefully, some way protecting lives, protecting properties, protecting other things around. She did not condemn the motorcycle action, meaning she appreciated it, but she condemned the police. So I honor oppose it wasn't a good thing to do. While it's true that we don't, entertain the issue of killing people, we should also tell our people, our supporters who follow us, that when they do wrong thing, we tell them, gentlemen, this one you did was not good. Even though it's not good to do this, but what the action you took was a good action. I feel she was supposed to have done that, but she did not. Again, um, all the issue in Nima becoming a burning issue, but we actually had to take some of those things and discuss it lengthily and see how some of us feel about it, our intention, our expertise, and all that stuff. But not just to just be brushing away are just our introduction. It will not serve the public, right? Even though the introduction is good, but we have to say it. Sometimes we just have our caller people, our listener to call and make their point to. I think it will be a good thing, Gio.
Thank you, Afan. So you can take over. I'm trying to bring our guest on from the back. That's why.
Okay, let's welcome you, man, Lorena. Don't care. Let's welcome you to the show. Welcome to the show. Sandra going to buy your uncle.
Yeah, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Junior, and good evening. Good evening to the men who want our content money to be used in your hometown, but it shouldn't be used elsewhere. Shadrach, how are you? And good evening to our followers in Facebook land and to those in Radio Land. Good evening. So
Thank
for
you, thank
my,
you,
are we
thank
talking
you.
plenty
Yeah,
issue?
yeah. We just want to know what is on your mind this
Oh,
evening. There's a
yeah,
couple
that's
of
what I'm
issues
saying.
outlined. Yeah.
So there are two things on my mind. So I will start with the latter one. So GSA, GSA that is close with the responsibility of managing our assets as a country. I mean, talking about our cars, our the chairs and everything we own as a country. Which building, which institution is renting from private individual, or which office is in a government building. They say that work is not sufficient for them. So they decided to do an internal memo. I don't know how it got to the public of telling that people had to dress to go to work. And I understand that dress code matters in workplaces or everywhere for that matter. But the way sometimes the context we can put things in can just make it a little odd. Who in our right sense will wear shower slipper to go to work? Because on the list they put shower slipper. Who in our right sense will put will wear or sleeveless shirt like a man wear on a way to go to work. So they put it as an internal memo, and I'm wondering what is really happening at GSA. Is that people are going to work in those kind of things? That's why they're trying to warn people against. Or I really don't know because if I was the HR of that facility, I mean, or that entity, I don't think I should be doing internal memo. If I see you, like maybe come to work with a short skirt, or I see you come to work with shower slipper, I just go to you, give you a verbal warning, and the next time I put a letter in your folder in your file. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing on my mind, which happened last night on one of our sister radio station, I mean platform, where a panelist and attacked another panelist in word and using the S and the A word on her. And I was kind of shocked that everybody on the platform was like either mute or shocked, and nobody could even like say, "Oh, stop it, that's not right." And they gave her the opportunity, I would say, and she talked until she, in fact, even attacking the other panelists or having affairs with Senator Snow and other people. I mean, I just thought as a woman with a level of education, say, I mean, I was trying to check on emotional intelligence, emotional stability, if something was right, because I think that shouldn't be happening. Because few months ago she was attacked, the identical parents were attacked by Kef Hassan, say she had affiliation with Saturn, and we all went at Kef in her defense. Now she's attacking another lady or having an affair with Snow and other people. And I don't know, I'm watching to see whether the TMC that is coming in coming with a holy Bible and holy Quran will condemn this attitude of their global chairperson. And the question was being asked to her in the capacity of the global chair of CMC, not just Dr. Richardson. So I think she went below the belt last night.
Thank you. Saja, welcome to the show again, our brother. And let's hear you. What's on your mind, brother?
All right, Alfonso, good evening. And good evening, Sister Lorena. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, let me say good evening to our people out there listening to us this evening. It's good for us to be here and share with our people what on our minds and what is going on around the country. So, this evening, this afternoon, I watched a shocking video, not a news outlet. I read a post from OKFM about a lady cutting a girl finger because this girl threw her baby down while they playing. Small child. You know, children playing, maybe mistakenly the other child no fell. And her reaction to cut down little girl finger, they are taking the entire no media people discussing it all over. It really no surprised me about people behavior these days. So I started thinking, what actually going on in Liberia? What people are so brave doing things like this? And Alfonso, it was surprising that most of these people who do this thing are people who were born in the 90s. And most people are wayward children, self-bred people, no orientation. They have no patience for doing things. Even if somebody hurt your child, there's a way you can approach that issue professionally, especially to children, not a big person. But that lady was brave to cut that little girl finger because that child threw a child down. Can you imagine? I started thinking about that kind of attitude. How did you feel to do such a thing as a female? And currently, she and her husband, I think they have been detained for investigation. So I think with this booklet program that says teaching attitude is very important for our society to educate people about how to live with each other, how to love each other. It's very important. Our mindset in this country is very different than any other countries surrounding us. Because of the war, some of us were blessed to grow up with our parents to get that kind of home orientation, or we have fear of doing things that's wrong. But majority, people do things that they don't they don't think about the consequences that it will lay after them. Again, on the national scene and politically, I listened to a CMC leader today on the Musa Hatability, proposing of cutting down presidential term and senator seat and House of Representatives also to 4 terms and senator to 9 from 9 to 6. So I was thinking, asking myself, where was he when the referendum that discussed about reducing these terms into 6 and 4 and it failed? These are constitutional issues that you can't just do as political leader or as president. You have to go through referendum.
But Shadrach, Shadrach, the man advocating for the thing.
You say?
The man advocating for the thing. Is it bad for other reducing?
No. I'm not saying bad. I don't want to put school predators go only that they get control or it. It's
at that time he was not a politician. He was not in office at that time. He was just
so now you think by you saying that immediately going to happen, automatically or people gotta go
John, he was a politician. He was a chairman of the party. So.
People want to know they buy sentiment from the public. You're chairman for CPP.
Even as he is in the house, let him propose on the floor, not to stop in media.
Let people see and buy from him. Let go through a referendum. Let the citizens decide.
For me, I only saw on that one.
For me, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. We want this thing to be reduced to 4 years for presidency, 6 years for senator. It will be fine. That will even demand people to do things to remain responsive in terms of no power when they get that power. I'm saying it's being used a political game to gain favor from the public. because yesterday we just know we voted against yesterday. They see Liberian. They voted
Are
against
you
yesterday.
voted against you? I voted for you.
Yeah. You voted for it, boy. I did not go. So when they feel me, we voted against it. Not to say I against it, but once the country voted against it, it means I fail.
Thank you,
so much.
Shana.
As we continue, we will discuss more details.
Thank you. Our guest is already in the back. We'll go for this break. When we come right back, then we can bring our guest on the show here this evening. If you're just joining us, folks, you're listening to the Heat Hour here on BKS Television. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. In today's edition of the show, we play host to one of Nima County funniest songs, a very educated one. He has an associate degree in accounting, a bachelor degree in accounting, and also a master degree in business administration, healthcare management. He also contested in Liberia as vice presidential candidate in 2023. His name is Mr. Thomas Kura, or Honorable Thomas Kura. He will be joining us very shortly on the show. And of course, we're going to ask him all of the political questions, all of the developmental questions, ranging from Nima to national politics. You know, as a son of Nima, I know he got some fish to fry in the rigmarole when it comes to audit in Nima County, audit in Liberia. He will be giving us his stand on the issue tonight. But let's go for this break. When we come back, we continue with the show.
What happened? So I've been knowing you ever since you come later. You've been living here for long. What happened? You moving?
Yes, my sister. I decided to move. Because the other election here, I will not take it. But guess what? While going on my way not too long, I just saw the ballot paper and I saw no more 11.
Wow.
No more 11. No more 11. I want you to vote for number 11. Vote for Benu Kroma and Thomas Quay. They are the rightful people for this nation.
Like seriously?
Like real. When you vote for them, my sister, they will build school, they will build clinics, hospitals, there will be a road. You can even go right here, man, Gibi, and come by the scene there. Yeah.
Tell me something, my sister.
Oh, my sister, enough in you. There are so many things they are going to do for us. You see that Benu Kroma, oh, that God sent for us. God sent for us. Vote number 11.
Even though campaign is over, we are no longer campaigning, but we wanted to show you who the person is that we bring in today as our guest. Good evening and welcome to the Heat Hour program here this evening, Honorable Thomas Kura. How you doing, Chief?
Good. How you doing, Junior, and
I'm
the rest
doing great.
of the panelists? How you guys doing? You got Alfonso, Cedric. How you doing today?
It's good having you on the show here this evening, Chief. I mean, we would like to know more about you, your name, your educational background. Our junior might know a little bit, but our listeners, those that are listening to you, where in Butuo, in a low down play, in your Butuo, in Goma play, in other parts of Nima in Liberia, do not know who you are. Tell us your name, where you hail from, your family background, your educational background, all of that. Let's start the conversation that way.
Okay. My name is Thomas Kura, and then my father is from Bio Bimpley, and my mother, she's from Complete, and then but we were born and raised in Firestone, but then always used to go back for vacation, back home to our both parents' hometowns. So and then we got educated, primary education in Firestone, Habel, and then from there we went to exile during the course of the war, and Danane, where I attended the Methodist school, and then transferred to Gamta later on, and then graduated from high school there, and then I was opportune to travel at the time, and then where I traveled to the United States back then in 2001, and then where I continued my education sojourn, obtaining an associate degree in accounting and bachelor in accounting and my master's in business administration with concentration in healthcare management, and also executing my PhD in management to business administration. And married,
Thank you. That.
wife with three
Mhm.
kids, and and I mean, so far,
So that's great. I mean, you as a son of Nima County, today discussion, even though we don't want to center around Nima, but we're going to be discussing more Nima. We're going to be discussing more Nima County because trending issues have been happening from Nima County recently. Now, as a son of Nima, let's start with this whole tribal thing where people discuss, say, this other person is Mandingo, this other person shouldn't be this person. Now, you contested before as vice presidential candidate in Liberia, and the
correct.
name the person you contested with is believed to be uh, Mandingo Batra. Tell us what's your stand on this whole uh,
Oh, no, actually,
scenario.
Beno Kromai, she's not Mandingo. She's Va. She's from Grand Kitma County. She's Va. The
Okay.
Mandingo and the Va people carry this almost the same last name. And actually, I contested with her like they were going through the vetting process, and at that time, when I recall that I was back there in the States, and then they contacted me and they said we were serving, but then going through, they wanted the list and they wanted to get our informations, and I presented mine, and then after a couple of weeks, I had traveled to Paris. My family and I were on vacation, and I received a call from her team saying that after going through the vetting process, they have considered me to be the suitable candidate to run with her. And I actually got into the whole process a little bit late. It was late in August into September when I got vetted, and then right there, I left from Paris, flew to Liberia, and then we started the process, and we went through the registration process, and then we got certificated, and that's how it started. And then we were able to go through the election, and we came number 11 in the race, so out of 20 candidates. So that was the
Now,
beginning of.
so back to Nima County. Yeah, you. I know you've been following this platform, or you've been following Senator Koga recently. He appeared here. He made so many statements and all of that. What's your stand between? I mean, the issue that is currently between the vice president and the senator of the county. What say you on that?
Oh well, I mean, frankly speaking, I think what the senator. I'm trying to be a little bit careful with my words here because you know how people turns to interpreting in a different ways. Uh,
Mhm.
what Coca is saying, I think is as a senator of Nima, that's his job when it comes to oversight. And if he claims to call for audit, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, the thing that is, if you know you're not doing anything wrong and you're working in line with the people, with the money and everything, I think audit is nothing. In any accounting practices or anywhere or good administration, when it comes to audits, I mean, no one should be afraid or no one shouldn't take it something that is threatening or someone is bad mafia or somebody is against you. I'm thinking that's a good idea. But another thing I wanted to say too, although we understand that Senator Coker is calling for audit to audit the superintendent, if I'm not mistaken, and but we also need to be condescending of what we say sometimes because audit begins with at least from the roots. I don't know if he, Senator Kogar, is waiting for, because I know there have been news around, people been saying that the House of Representatives, the two houses, the upper house and the lower house, needed to be audited and things. Is that something they're also waiting to work on too? After maybe the audit of the superintendent, are they waiting to be audited in the both houses? So I mean, then there will be a kind of fair ground where people are not just targeting audit to certain people or organization or whatever, or government branch. Let it be like spread around to everyone. So that's my point. If you calling for audit, it's okay. Nobody's against it. So are you waiting to convince your other senators and representative candidate to be audited too? If that's the case, I mean, it's fair enough. And I think Senator Coker's point is fair. I don't see it as anything that is being targeting someone or against someone. I mean, that is fair enough. I see.
Now, taking you a little bit upper level to the current administration of President Joseph Yuma Boakai. What's your take on this regime?
Well, my take on Joseph Yuma Boakai regime currently, I mean, I don't know if you follow the past election, and then we were the one that collaborated with Joseph Yuma Boakai. We were the collaborating parties that joined Unity Party and like carried them to the second round, and they were able to win the elections. But then the thing there is the president, I mean, at that time, we had access to Boakai. We were like hands in hands. We were sitting on the same table. But, since his inauguration, like we try, even meetings. Like for me personally, I will tell you, is that I don't want to work in government, like where I'm at currently, I'm satisfied with what I'm doing, as a business entrepreneur, but at least there's the people that were there for you. You should be able to show some sort of concern and a listening ear. Right now, Boakai is surrounded by people that you can't even get to him. People that we used to even talk to, meet with, that used to be behind us, asking out for other that we used to, like, let's say, help during the election period. So everything has changed. So, but I just pray that that one day he would come to a point where he will realize that his victory was based on the coalition parties, like other political parties that helped him to win. It was not he alone. It was the combination of other political parties that helped him to win, and it will be fair enough that he be able to, reach out to them and be able to, like, if they want to have access to him just to discuss some national issue, will be able to extend an olive branch in order to meet him. But it's not all about the job. Like I said, not everyone wants job in Liberia. We just
So
want. Yeah, go
you
ahead.
as an individual, when you were supporting President Joseph Yuma Boakai, what were your expectations? Have your expectation been, accomplished in any other ways, or your expectation have been let down by this
Well,
administration?
I won't say my expectation have been accomplished, because the thing there is, like I said previously, like those guys that we all was interacting during the second round, they had turned to be different people, and that make my expectation to, like, totally, like, think otherwise. It makes me to think otherwise, that people that you deal with, and once it comes to power, they are totally different. That's how I feel like, because I tell you, most of you guys in government today, assistant minister, deputy minister, minister proper, those are people that we, you can just talk. All those are people that we extended our hands to, help them in terms of vehicles, other things and stuff. But then being in power today is different thing. They feel that you want something from them, and they kind of put you away every time. And like for I in particular, yeah, I mean, if you ask people that know me around, they will tell you, I run a successful business in Liberia and both in the United States, Liberia and the United States. So I'm not up for any kind of governmental job or anything, but the only thing there is like to keep the government on point, to be able to have some set of conversation with people within the government. Sometimes when you notice some certain things, you'll be able to talk to them in order to strengthen things in the rightful manner. So that's my thing there. It's not about having position or whatever. I will never fall to become a deputy minister, assistant minister, or even director in Liberia because it's not worth it to me.
Thank you. I will stop here for now. I got more questions to ask you, but when we come for the second round, I will be able to ask you those questions. Now we will go to the panelists to ask you on the first round two questions each. Then we can go for a second round of questioning. Over to you now, Afonso.
Thank you, Jim. And let's say, Honorable Thomas Gra, welcome to the show. I want to say thank you for participating in our past election.
Thank you.
Yeah, as a son of the soil, it's your right to do. And I want to ask you on NIMA-based issue. For me, I don't want to go national issue. You are the son of the soil from Bio and the living play, as you said. What is your working relationship with the people of Bio living play?
Right now, I'm currently in contact with people in the region that I have the other people that I work with them, my relationship with them, in terms of I have recently even sent a citation out there, asking the farmers there what do they need and and the students what can we do to organize because I was trying to I'm in the process of doing continuing to distribute things to people on that side. So I sent a team of couple of guys to inquire what would be needed by the people, especially when it comes to the farmer and the local student within the region. So those are things I'm embarking on right now. And I hope it works, better, once they get there, the people will be able to appreciate them and stuff.
Thank you. Because I asked a question because we come from a town or a village, and we go acquire higher education and have some other stuff done outside there. We have to come back home and do
Yeah.
some work so that our people can be elevated from where they are to another way. That's why I asked. Thank you if you done what you said. I
Yeah.
hope that everything works well. My second
Yeah.
question is, you from the business background, um, we're looking at our county since 20, let's say 2007 up to present, we have been receiving, money from Accelamenta in the terms of millions. And the usage of the money, we are not seeing that tangibles in NIMA for the past 18 years. As a business, practitioner, uh, what are some of your thinking if you were in a position to handle short of money 1.5 million plus 200,000 from government for the length of time? What could be some of the things you're going to do for the people of Nimba with that money to make people to see those tangibles?
I mean, my thing that I have even thought on that, before this question was raised, but my thing there, if I was in a position, my main focus was going to be on agriculture. Yes, where we will provide the resources for the people of Nima, and I think the people of Nima are very resilient when it comes to that, in productivities, where the people of Nima will be able to produce more crops and be able to extend the the food security program, the wealth or whatever, doing businesses and with agriculture in Lima, it will be a really successful thing. And most of the money that came from Asalameda, I think it was spent in a way. I don't know how it was really spent, but I think if we were going to focus on agriculture, it was going to really boom the morale of Nima County, especially when it comes to food security and other stuff. I mean, people were going to come from all sort of the world. I mean, from other countries in Liberia, all sort of Liberia, to come and get food. Because look, for the little we even have in Nima County there, and let's say with all help, people are producing crops and be able to sell it to other places, supply even supply other countries with it. So where if we invest in agriculture vastly, I mean it will be a big difference. That was going to be one of my main focus, agriculture.
Thank you. Over to you, John.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, Shadrach. Now over to you. Let's hear your two questions after you will go to the lone female on the show, Madam Lorena, so that you can ask them two
All right,
questions.
thank you, Junior. Thank you so much. Let me say good evening to Honorable Thomas Kua.
Yes, I know.
Are you brave? Before I ask my question, are you brave?
Brave, I'm brave. Yeah, I'm brave.
You know, I know your name, don't answer that question.
Oh, the name, right? Hero.
Yeah, Kua.
Yeah. I'm a brave man.
All right, brother. You know,
Yeah.
you are welcome, and this is your platform. We all hail from Nema, and we are Liberians.
Mm.
So I'm proud having you this evening. So, looking at your profile, I saw former vice presidential candidate. Before I ask my question, which party did you contest as a vice presidential candidate?
Oh, we went as independent.
Independent. Oh,
Independent.
okay. Now, my first question has to do with the experience in Liberian political arena after contesting in the space of our country and look at the voter decision making and having campaign across the country. What was your experience and how do you consider Liberian political space to be like?
Well, I mean, the political space in Liberia, I think, is kind of a little bit troubling because sometimes people that are compromised, I mean, they are compromised on certain things, and which, of course, is not good for our political space, being compromised because of certain reason. I think people should have the choice to vote their candidate and to vote the right person into power. And that's my thing because from my observation, a lot of people in during the campaign season, people were being compromised, and I understand, the price is high. There's, people need things and people need to survive. But if we Liberians can get together and say, hey, we're gonna do the rightful things, vote the rightful leader, and we're gonna vote based on what you can do, what the person can do, or what kind of potential the person has. Because if we continue to think the way that we usually think, I mean, it's going to be hard because sometimes it will be based on, let's say, family affiliation, friendship, all these things. But we should be able to vote our leaders based on what potential they have, or what you think they can do, or what they have done for the people. And I think, like I said previously, we in Libanian, we are very resilient, and it's something that I think we are working on it, and we gotta be bold enough to tell people when they are going certain path or certain thing is going on. Like I listened to the what happened the other day. I think when the vice president and Samuel Koga was had some thing going on there, and then because Koka, I think Koka came up and said something and said that he was kind of he felt a little betrayed or he left behind because he wasn't given the opportunity to perform his role as senator in the county. And I think he was bold enough to speak out, and then he didn't say anything, behind the scene where it was in terms of gossip or whatever. And I think when people come out like that, we should work on it together and be able to continue to work in unity. And that's my thing. So in my politics, we have to speak our mind, be bold, speak to our leaders, tell them the truth, and we move on. Nobody gonna keep mileage for one another, or nobody gonna keep anything against anyone. And that's from my perspective. That's how I think.
All right. So my second question, and I will take it to Nema. You as a Nimbayan, the son of Bio Bignope, now is Buyao.
Oh yeah.
And now your mother is from Campley. Now you're my son because my father here from Campley.
Oh, okay.
Now, yeah. So I want to know during the process of your campaign as vice presidential candidates, coming from Nema having a dual citizenship from two districts in Nema, how did you realize your importance of being a son? How were you welcomed by the people of Nema, and how did you accumulate vote from that end, your own soil?
Yeah, to be frank with you, Shadrach, like I told you, like I said previously, when I got into the campaign, I was literally kind of late, like when I got vetted into the campaign, as a vice presidential candidate, and then and one thing that I was told, Jared, the other time Jared was running, in the district, and being knowing Jerry, I knew Jerry for some times, when I used to be in Ganta, and I graduated from high school in Ganta. So, and I knew Jerry, and so my thing there was when I was campaigning, I'll be frank with you, I did not carry on any kind of campaign activities into Nima, because I felt, we as sons of Nima, it wasn't really necessary, because I was just getting into the political space, and I didn't want it to make it to seem that we had some sort of competition going on there or whatever, and our brother was running there at the moment, and then we had other opposition political party that was within the county to running campaign. So I did not, if you can ask on anyone in Nima or whatever, I did not. We came as far as Bone County. I did not extend any campaign activities to Nima. Even though my political leader at the time, she insisted, but I told her, let Nima be the last. And last minute, the time, I had an emergency and I had to travel to the States that time, and we did not campaign in Nima, to be frank with you. Although we got some votes from there, based on the name, people that knew me from there, Ganta, Campley, in my father hometown. But I actually did not carry on any kind of campaign activities in Lima like that.
Thank you.
Mhm. You're welcome.
Up to you, Gian.
Thank you, Shadrach. Thank you so much. And Lorena, good evening and welcome to the show. Let's hear you. Aloysius Yao Bumi. It has been a really, really long time. Welcome to the show, Chief. We're coming to you very shortly. Lorena, let's hear you.
Good evening, and everyone. Good evening to the guests, Honorable Prayer. Let me start by saying thank you. To participate in an election is not an easy one. So for every time somebody gather the courage to do so, I feel proud of them, regardless of the outcome. Especially so going as a vice presidential candidate, I must say thank you for the courage, especially as a son of Neymar.
Thank you.
And this is my question, and my questions will be on the national scene because you were a vice presidential candidate. So my first question is, what is Kura doing to keep engaging the political landscape in Liberia after the 2023 election? That's my first question.
Oh, like I said, right now, I was like I mentioned previously, like I just engaged the people of, especially the Berry region and the the Boer region, where my father is from, and where I wanted to inquire. I did some inquiry there about agriculture in terms of agricultural materials and things that the student will be needing. Because I think it has come to the point right now. We have to, as a politician, or we have to cater to our people, especially the people of Nima. And I'm in the process of doing some continuance to the people of Nima, especially the people of Nima, with agriculture equipment, student equipment, things for schools and things, gadgets and stuff, which I've gathered already from people have made. A lot of people made some donation in the United States, hospital materials and stuff, and I'm in the process, and pretty soon it will be in Imakani. And those are things I'm engaging in. Lastly, I have a scholarship program which is in Morovia, and currently, I have some students on the scholarship too. From that, some few are from Nima too, but from other counties, especially Morovia, other district in Morovia, and the surrounding Grand Cape County too. And I have some student on scholarship. I have this program there where we like for this coming school years, I'm assisting like about 30 high school students, 50 elementary students, and then kindergarten, like those, I mean, in middle schools, those in middle school about 30. And I have started that program, and they are in the process, and people have started registering students to various schools. So, and I plan on doing a lot of other things, which I wanted to come forth first, and I will be able to announce it to the public. But it's my ambition to help the people of Liberia, especially the people of Nima County. And from now forward, I'll be able to share that with this platform as it goes on.
Okay, so my
Marina, let's
second,
see. Mhm.
yeah, thank you. And my second question: you have a master degree in healthcare management,
So, business
and
administration. I have a
say
master in
that.
business administration with concentration in healthcare management.
Yes. Okay, so that's the aspect I'm interested in. So you have a um MBA with concentration in healthcare management. So how will you grade the health sector under this government?
Well, I mean, because when it comes to health in like, I mean, the health sector in Liberia, sis, I think is Lorena is kind of difficult to grade and then government, because I see still our people, those are in the higher up, are still traveling for medical or checkup to other country, you know, especially African country, neighboring country like Ghana, Nigeria, and things. So I think Liberia still has to improve on its healthcare system, because it's something that we need to work on first. If I was to be the lead, if I was the leader of Liberia, frankly speaking, my main focus in the first 1 or 2 years was going to be on healthcare and food security. And with that being said, there was going to be a big difference, because once the people are healthy, there's always other potential to do other things. But with the health system in Liberia, I think we still need to do some work on it. We still need some work. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's something that require urgency. It's not we delay and we taking too much time on it. We need to work. We need to be more progressive in taking care of our health care. The people of Liberia are dying every day for simple things, and that's something that we really need to take care of, because it's affecting our population. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Over to you now, Aloysius. It has been a really long time. You've been away for a couple of days, weeks now. Welcome back to the show, Chief.
Thank you so much, John, and thank you, to everyone, all the panelists in studio. You guys have been doing a great job. And I'm so sorry that I've not been coming. And we can't explain everything here. We got school to open. We got kids. We got to take them to school and pick them up and all that other stuff. Taking them to babysitters. And I mean, a lot going on.
Yeah.
But thank you for keeping the show.
Yeah,
So,
welcome, Chief.
yeah, to our brother in studio, Honorable Thomas Screwer. How you get my friend name? I saw that it said Thomas Screwer coming. I said, is that my brother Thomas Screwer from Butuo?
Already, you got it. We share the same name.
Yeah, one Thomas Screwer from Butuo. I said, oh, when I
Related.
saw the photo. Yeah, anyway, good and good.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised that you and I, man, your ancestors then fought before from the other side, opposite side. Because
Yeah,
Butuo,
apparently. It could be.
yeah. So welcome to the show, and happy to see you. And I'm so happy that you participated in the election. I'm getting to see you, to know you. I think Honor Appleton, right? I'm so sorry, I just coming on the show.
No. There were two
No.
female in the race, Beno Kroma and Beslo. I contested with Beno Kroma.
Benu Kroma, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm happy to hear my brother from District 5, going that hard. They say shoot for the moon, if it fall on the star, and then that's it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. And also happy that you were involved. I mean, you came from the business background as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so I mean, those are two major things that are ruling the world right now: business and politics. Determine the world, business and politics determine the world, where the world is going. So you both settle, happy. And I don't have much question, but let me try to ask. Um, okay, you've been explaining about agriculture and how we can empower our people. So I don't know what you doing a little bit differently than all of our agricultural, people in Liberia or even in Nema. Let's reduce that to Nema. And I'm from Bualo, right? Not too far from Blooming Play there from District 5. The rainy season, we go out of food. That is normal way of life in our place. And it has not changed, even up to current. And we are also going out of farming land, especially dry land. And we all worry. And some of you are getting involved into the developing, the agricultural sector. But then what I'm not seeing is on the industrial level, especially for the wetland. Like China, for example, they use the wetlands for a lot of things. They get rid of all the logs and all the high up, the difficult works. And then later on, they use the wetland for different, food, production. But I listen to other people. What I hear from is rest meal. That is to, clean rest, to ground rest, or instead of beating rest in the mother have been doing. And where are we getting the rest from? How sufficient, rest are we getting? So I don't know whether you're doing something differently, whereas our wetland will be totally utilized by producing or bringing machines, things that will produce rare on the industrial level than the usual substantial farming.
So, no, just to correct you there, Elisha, so I'm
Yeah.
not into the farming. I'm not into the farming business, but what you're saying there is actually truth, and it's something that we really need to look at. But my thing that what I was saying there, I was saying that in order to have sustainable farming in our country, I mean our county, especially Nima County, we need to do things to help the farmer. I think one of the panelists here asked me, if I was if I were the one in charge of the money that came from Startup Meta, what would I have done to make things
Right.
different? And I was telling, I said my primary concern was going to be about agriculture and to make sure that Nima County comes number one when it comes to food security, because once there is food, everyone is happy. Everyone do things in accordance, and so that was my thing. And I mentioned also that I'm doing like a survey where I'll be sending some stuff in recent time for agriculture purposes and for students of NEMA, especially within the area, especially the Berege, Booyah district and surrounding area. And I'm sending assorted materials, sending for students and stuff in order to assist in agriculture needs, because I was just in China, and I traveled to China and Thailand. I came from there like about a week ago, and I saw the need and those things that I'm procuring. I think it's not a big deal. It's not anything expensive, but those are things that people rather need in Nima County and Liberia as the whole when it comes to farming or agriculture activities, like the simple thing like the tilling machine, the machine that till the soil, the rain, the boots, the news, the car access, and all the other little things that people overlook that sometimes it slowed and then people that our farming process, because a man will be very excited if you give him two cutlasses and say, "Hey, this is yours," go and make farm. It's like a piece of gold dust to him. I mean, a piece of gold to him, because with that two cutlasses, apparently some people cannot afford it. Some people been having one cutlass for the past 2-3 years and they still using it. So if you extend your hands to those people and say, "Hey, there's additional tools, make farming, and then I think it will work better in that way." And that's my thing. That my thing is to promote agriculture and our food security, especially when it comes to Nima County. We are progressing in that, but I think we need more to be done in order to secure properly.
Okay,
Mm.
so much. So
Yeah.
my final question on the
Mhm.
Burega side.
Yeah.
Now, Nima County is a big country with huge population, but there have been statements from some politicians, some leaders about Nima unity, political unity, specifically, uh, political party belonging to Nima. So I don't know how you see that Nima having a specific, political party, that some people in Nima believe that we Nibayan or all Nibayan to subscribe to such political party that they believe belong to Nima. So what is your view on Nima having, multiple parties? I mean, going anywhere, but I mean, associating themselves with other political parties. How do you see how, I don't know, will will people not see you as somebody who going, against the people of Nima? If they see you like that, what will you say to them? How will Nima progress? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and also I don't think by not affiliating with certain uh political party that is formed by people from Myanmar would be a problem. I don't think it's a problem, because I think everyone's have their own political rights or political right to who to affiliate with politically. But people have the tendency of saying that because certain party from Nima County, you're Nibalian, you have to be it's Nima party. And I don't look at it that way, because if that was the case, our current vice president today wouldn't have left MDR to go to Unity Party. He could have left with the Nima, with the MDR, because that's where people think that MDR is Nima People Party. When it comes to MDR or other local party within Nima County, I think mostly they are only structured for the region, I mean, for Nima County, because when you go to the national level, you see it's hard, So we got to be, when it comes to politics, especially political party, we got to be versatile in a way that we associate with other ethnicity in order to be to have an equal share of the vote in Liberia, because if we try to blame certain party, one political party, and just stage it to Nima, I don't think it's a good idea. It's a good idea, because the thing there is we need to expand our political affiliation with other counties. It's not all about Nima. It's good that we have our own set of unity in within Nima in terms of election. We have certain party. If you join that party, you will become representative or senator. That is a good idea. But I think we all need to change, the trajectory of that, because we as Liberians should think as Liberian, although we have our own political subdivision, but we have to spread out there and be able to explore other opportunity when it comes to politics. That's how I look at it, fairly speaking.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much, folks. If you guys joining us on the show this evening, you're listening to the Heat Tower here on BKS Television. We have with us tonight Honorable Thomas Kura, a son of Nima County, a very brilliant one, the one we call a handsome son. In my CDC tone. We from CDC. Yeah, we can speak big people. But again, it has been a wonderful show with you. I know you love to stay here to have a lengthy conversation like this. So we'll go for a second round. Each person going to ask one question. But I want to ask you this: how do you see the 55th legislature of Liberia?
Uh, well, I think they have to step up the game more there, because there are a lot of, I see a lot of division within within especially the lower house, and it's something that they really need to work on when it comes, especially when it comes to the Nima County or legislative caucus. They need to come together at once and be able to settle things, and so they can be respected within the county, because if they can't do so, other subordinate within the county will start to disrespect them, and people will start to side with this person. Will say, "Oh, this senator, are respecting this one? I won't respect him," and it's wrong, And this goes on to the local county government, especially of Nima County. Regardless of what, especially those that was appointed, the senators, our senators and representatives needs to be respected, because they are they were elected by the people, and you were just appointed into the position. There's a likelihood you couldn't have been elected if some other position that you were appointed to was being elected for. So it's a privilege that you're there, but you have to pay that respect to your senator and representative. That's my thing. In order for us to work in unity, because if that doesn't happen, there will always be quarrels. So, and that one thing we really have to talk about, and especially I will mainly focus on Nima County. We need to be united in order for us to be successful, especially when it
Thank you.
comes to the upper house and lower house.
Thank you. Many people have complained that the reason why our legislator do not make informed decision, especially when it comes to issue relating to laws, is because many of them I didn't have that formal education, like having bachelor degrees and stuff. Many of them have I
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, many of them have certificates, high school certificate. What's your stand on the electoral law of Liberia? That doesn't indicate that somebody should be this person, somebody should be this person before being a legislator?
I mean, that one thing. I mean, I don't think being elected in the house, you have to. I mean, it's not a record sense. I think it's common sense. A high school diploma, I think it's surely enough for that, and it's enough, and that's common sense. And people who, because I've seen people who has other degree higher than high school diploma or bachelor degree that behave in a way that is unbelievable. But having a certain education level, I don't think that should be something that one should become a senator in Nima County. I mean, in other county or be a representative or whatever, because it's just common sense. Being a senator is you're dealing with people, and some people are most people are not even letter the people you're dealing with. So it's how you carry yourself with the people and the things you do with the people and how you consider the people, and that's my whole thing there. Being a representative or senator, you just have to be cognizant of the people that you deal with. That's all.
Thank you very much, Afanso. Let's hear your one question, then after you, Madam Lorena Aloysius will take us home with our guests. Then we can stay to have post analysis and other discussion.
Thank you. Again, I want to say thank you for all of your response towards our questions, and I want to ask you this: you in your statement said you didn't go to Nima to campaign, but serving as vice running mate to one of the candidates. It bring to my attention that perhaps maybe you were not actually prepared to to participate into the election, but you were like coerced to do, or it was impromptu, or your coming to the force, I mean to the race was impromptu, so you was not prepared to do. What can you say about that?
Yeah, like I mentioned, I said when I got vetted into the entire electoral process, it was kind of late. I got into it in September. When they were going through the vetting process. When I got selected, it was kind of late in September. I think almost September, August, September, and that. So when I came in, it was late, and there was a lot of stuff that we had to do when it comes to the registration process and thing. So by the time we have visited other counties, I just remained very reluctant going to Bima County, and at that time, the competition there was, and I saw that the people in Lima where they were heading, and I thought it wise not to, like bring any kind of different feelings or hard feelings, but it's not like I was scared to go into Lima or whatever, but I just thought it wise just coming into the race, there's always second time. We could always do advance on that another time or next time. So that's one of the reasons we did not, go to Lima. Yes. No, we went close. We went right to Bon County. We just gonna cross the water and go right there, but we did not cross the bridge.
Okay.
Afanso, you have follow up to that, or we should move on to Madam
Move,
Lorena?
move to Mount Lorena.
Okay, Madam, let's hear you. I think she has some other
She,
problem with her internet. Aloysius, let's hear you.
Okay. So thank you again. Like we said, you are politicians and businessmen are politicians are the people that are controlling the world. So it's good to get you here. You from Nima, I just got to understand that you did not go Nima for campaign, which I believe that was a little bit of mistake though. That was a mistake on your part because your stronghold is Nima. But let's get to what is happening in Nima right now. And what is your view and how realistic you think I guess you've been following NEMA politics.
Yeah.
Next thing, Honorable Koga is calling for audit. Do you think Honorable Koga is calling for audit because of the Unity Party-led government has, ostracizing, and because of that, he's using that to cause disruption and tension within a Unity Party-led government, or he is doing it from a sincere perspective that Nima County, resources have not been used as it should, and therefore people who are presiding over those money should be audited so that the people of Nima will know how their resources have been expended. How realistic you think Koga advocacy is?
No, I mean, to me, elections, I think it's realistic because the fact that he will go to the president to complain. I think I heard him saying that he had gone to the president to complain, the vice president and thing. Because if he didn't want any kind of intervention or whatever, he wouldn't have gone to the president to complain. The president, who is a Unity Party president, he wouldn't have gone there to complain. So, which I applaud him for. He could have just left and said, you know what, I'm going on my own or whatever. But I think he wants some sort of dialogue, and that's the reason why he went to Jose Yuma Boaka, President Jose Yuma Boaka, and I applaud him for that. And like we said, because I think, I mean, frankly speaking, and I would say this, but I don't know how other people look at it, is Nima County, the money that belongs to Nima County, I see mansion or residential center being built for tradition. I mean, not that traditional or for paramount chief or whatever. I mean, I don't really think it's necessary and think those things could have been diverted, those funds could have been diverted to the people of Nima, equally share the wealth that we have in Nima to the agriculture program, to the farmers and things. A paramount chief in Nima County already lives in Nima County. He has a house, our houses, if I'm mistaken, and we don't need to do all these things, and if these things supposed to be done, let it be done through governmental fundings, not our social development fund. The social development fund of Nima County, I'm not. They say that yes, it belongs to the people of Nima County, especially the people of Nima County. It belongs to man Yedi up there who they can farm, go to her and say, hey, I got some seeds for you to plant. I got two colaxes for you, to help you with your farming process. That's fair, But then if you go ahead and build a mansion for a paramount chief or the town chief and say, oh, that's where you live, or I build this place anytime, or the superintendent or the president travel, you will sleep here. It's not necessary. The prospect of the president traveling to towns in Nima is very slim. Besides sonically, it's very slim. So I don't think all these things are necessary. Let the money be diverted to the people of Nima, the people of Nima that really need the money. And from my perspective, that's what I think. The people of Nima needs the money, and let it be given to them. Let it be equally divided to them. We don't need, and I totally agree. And then when it comes to audit, to me, in any good governance, when it comes to audit, it's not a bad thing. If you know you're doing the right thing, come on, you don't get upset when it comes to that. Even like I said, and Coca too, you should be prepared to, for audit in the upper house and the lower house, because if you're calling for audit on anyone, you should be ready one of these days to be audited too. So that's one thing. So the wealth of Nima needs to be shared on everybody equally, not certain places or certain group, and that's the other thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Mana Lorena, are you there?
Yeah, Larry, not tired now.
Yeah. No, not
Yeah,
tired.
you got one question to ask Honorable Thomas before we let him go. You got one question.
Okay, thank you, June. And Honorable Crew, I saw your question about when I asked about the healthcare, how will you grade the healthcare? And your answer gives me another answer. I mean another question. So what would have you done differently if you were to win as a team to improve our health sector that you think is not being done under this administration? Maybe it could be a recommendation for them, or it could be saying that somebody will hear and maybe they try to work on it. So what do you think you have done, especially with that expertise as a vice president, that is not been done in this government?
Larina, what I would have done when it comes to healthcare in Liberia, my primary focus was going to be on every Liberian getting a free healthcare. That was going to be one of my primary focus because when the people are healthy, there's more productivities. People will produce, people will go to the farm, people will sell. So I was going to primarily work on free healthcare. And it's easy, Liberia has the resources for that, And in order to make your people happy, I think when they are in good health, they will be happy and they will have the strength to do other things, especially when it comes to the growth of Liberia. So free healthcare were going to be one of my primary concern. And then one thing I was when we were campaigning, I used to emphasize on was the drugs in Liberia to when it comes to the drug because all those things falls under the health too. It's because in Liberia, one thing I see there is people are there saying, "Oh, we got a rehab center," and then they will take the kids from in the street, carry them in the rehab center. After a couple of weeks, a month, they put them outside and say, "Oh, we not flush the drug, or the kids is okay now." That's not a solution. Mine, if I was to lead Liberia, my primary concern was going to be uh, to get the kids from industry, to rehabilitate them, and integrate them into society. In that means that if I take the kids from the street, carry them, maybe flush them or get the drugs out of the system. First of all, I will ask them, do you want if they want to go to school, they go to school. If they want to learn trade, the land trade. And then after the land the trade, my next thing would be like I would get a job. Make sure you get a job for the trade you learn. And then just to keep them busy, once they become busy, you will see it will kind of alleviate the whole drug thing, because it have to do with health. People are dying from that. So it will kind of alleviate it. And those are some of the platforms we were running our campaign on, especially when it comes to healthcare. Or I think it will be fair enough for all people that live in Liberia to have a free healthcare system. It's easy. It happening in other countries that are poor than Liberia, but they're doing it, and we can do it. And it's good. It's our own people. Why don't we do it for them? And that's the thing. And we have the resources for that.
Thank you so much, Honorable Thomas. Thank you for being here tonight. It has been a wonderful, wonderful conversation with you. In 2 minutes, what can you tell the people of Liberia as a party comment?
Oh, well, what I would say to the people of Liberia, we have to stay united as people of Liberia, and especially the people as people of Nima County, where I'm from, and we have to be able to voice our things in order to settle our differences. No one should feel superior that of one person that they are more better than the person. I mean, we all from the same ethnicity, which is Nima, and that's the only place we have in common. And Liberia too, that's the only place we have in common. So we just have to remain strong and resilient and see how we can work in unity to help the growth of Liberia. Liberia needs help, and it comes with the collaboration of every one of us. And if we can do it, I think we will have a better Liberia. And our leaders need to listen. Being a leader, it doesn't mean that you cannot listen to someone who is not in the position. You should have an extended ear out there where you can be able to make sound decisions, and that what makes a good leader. So, with that being said, Liberia needs unity.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Chief.
Yeah, thank you too.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Folks, hi. That was the voice of Honorable Thomas Kura. Thomas Kura is a former vice presidential candidate of Liberia. He contested in the 2023 uh, general presidential election in Liberia. He's a son of Nima County. And of course, he resides currently in the United States of America. Folks would like to say thank you. It's been a good show tonight, Lorena. I know you're a little bit cold. I don't know why. We're not seeing that energy from you tonight. But Alfonso, let's hear your analysis, your parting comment. Yeah, we wanted to talk about the issue of drugs earlier. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, the interim leadership, recently, let's say today, they had a drug test for 17 of their staffs, from senior official to junior officials, and all of those people. What's your take on that? And then you gave us your analysis in your parting comment.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, John. And let me say, it's a good thing. Like I said in my intro, it's a good thing to have drug tests. But who are you having drug tests for? You say your staff. Are they drugs user? Probably, maybe no. Sometimes yes. But they do the drug test and they pass the drug test. They don't have any drugs in their body. It tells you that they are not drugs user, or they are not used drugs for certain length of time. Perhaps maybe they've been using drugs, or they can use drugs, but they are not used drugs for certain length of time. Or some of them can be drugs importer. They can be drugs dealer. Automatic. Some drugs dealer don't use the drugs. They do it as a business. There are some people who sell rice. They don't eat rice. Some people sell cassava. They don't eat cassava. So I want that the government to go beyond, to go beyond the issue of just texting them, to also go through their family line, their family background, to know whether somebody in their family uses drugs, or to actually check their background to know where they come from. Not to just see them in the office and start texting them whether they are drugs users. So let's say, for instance, for me, I want to set the example on the higher office. Let's say, for instance, the president have people bringing drugs and he's a drugs dealer. He's not using the drugs. So you go test it and the president don't have any drugs. The president is free from that. But it not neglect the fact that the president is a drugs dealer. So they had to go beyond with the issue of drugs and see, like one of the drugs enforcement agencies that also dismissed by the president, alleged that some government official, permanent government official in the government, are drugs dealer, are dealing drugs into the country. But the government did not take that serious to actually ask him, who are those? Then he gave their name. It didn't work on the they did not do that, but it is missing. So it just also tell me that the drugs cartel is not just based outside of the government. There's other people in the government that are part of the cartel. And anytime you want to spike them out, if the information you gave at the Mika press briefing were correct and they sagging, I felt they were in the wrong to do so. They were to keep that man in the system and make sure to point out those who he believe in the government are part of the drugs dealing. And if that is done, then they will start If you really want to fight the drugs, if somebody feeling, recognizing those kind of people, you had to bring them to public radical, you had to get them to face the justice system so that we can get rid of it. But to just dismiss it like that, I feel it was also wrong. So the issue of drugs is not just to do drug tests, yeah, it's part of it, but it's not just to do it, they had to go beyond that. And you say I should do everything with my closing. The show was not that bad, but what I observed of the guest is not actually a politician. You know, he's not actually a politician. He came to the politics because somebody wanted him to come. The Jawia said he's not a politician. The people just brought him because they
I
wanted
knew
some.
exactly you were going there.
Yeah, so
Knew.
he is not actually a politician, but somebody wanted him to come and he came. So a politician will not say, I'm not going out of country because I came late. A politician, all most of the things he said to them, brother, when we are in certain area where our strength lies, let's just keep up with it and go there. If we cannot be a business person and our strength lies there, we say we want to become politician, meaning we'll be contradicting ourselves. It's a business person. I expect him, I will encourage him to follow a business. Yeah.
If I why if you paying a politician 11,000 USD with benefits, and then the man who working to central bank you giving 700 or 1,000?
It does not make you a politician. It does not give you that. What they say is that the politician determine the day-to-day activities or the running of a nation, of a country, or a particular region. So they tell you what your salary is supposed to be like, and they also tell you themselves what their salary is supposed to be like too. So these are some of the things. So the politician are almost like the God on earth. They decide what we supposed to be doing in the community. So that's why sometimes we hold them to the higher esteem. We want them to be perfect. We want them to do X, Y, Z for us. That's why we demand them to do or to reach certain standard. Because if you don't meet that standard, if you're making that huge amount of money, then it need not to be there. If you cannot reach certain standard to exemplify your leadership, then meaning you need not to be there. But if you are you have a particular career, focus on your career. It doesn't matter how much dollar you make, but the only thing matter is how well you use that particular career you have to impact the lives of people. That's what I think.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, it was a good show. Thank God he appeared. He expressed a how they call it a quest. Say a view about how you see government, how you see the Nima people and all that stuff. But I can safely say he's not a politician. That's why he even made how they call it answer to our question very short because a politician will always want to go far or with the answer. All the politicians are very appearing here. He asked them one question, sometimes they will answer in 10 minutes. So the
Thank
man
you.
just answer, as soon as he answer short, he said, no, he don't want to talk plenty. So he's not a politician. Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
he
Thank
did
you.
well though.
Thank you. Thank you, Afonso. Aloysius, let's hear you.
You are, I'm not sure we're not hearing you. We are not hearing you, Alosha.
Aloysius, you need to drop and come back on because your mic is not muted, but we are not hearing you. But Lorena, let's give you the chance.
Okay, thank you so much. I think the guy there is screaming it well.
That yellow arena.
Lorena, let's hear you. You go.
So
Yeah.
as
Now I'm in
always, it was
Lorena corner.
what?
I know that I say the guest appear me Lorena cool because Lorena had to say so kind of hard man. And then you start asking, oh, how that question. I saw writing the thing and I say, well, ask 18 years, you're not go that far. I mean,
As, as always, it was a good show, and want to say thanks to our guest for taking off his time to appear on this platform. And I like the fact that the panelists so far since the start of this show are professional. I mean, emotionally intelligent. I want to say thanks to all of you for that. And coming to the show for tonight, the guest is now a politician. I guess somebody just wanted to ride on him because he's from Nima. Because every politician, Nima is the vote station, and so when they get a son or daughter from Nima, then they can pull some of our votes. So I think that's why he was and they talking. And then coming to the issue of when I asked the question about the health sector to grade A, and then I asked another question, what you have done as a vice president with that expertise, and he talks about free healthcare. Even in America, there is no free healthcare, so it makes me to think whether he the policy you have come with to talk about free healthcare. I thought he was going to talk about insurance, national insurance policy, instead of saying free healthcare, because there is no free healthcare anywhere in the world. Somebody somewhere is paying that you don't know. But when you say insurance, people pay according to their income. Even though almost selling beta ball is able to pay according to how much you can afford. And then the people who paying all the 10,000, 15,000, they are paying higher amount. Then the beta box woman is paying lower amount. When she's sick, the male will pay the higher money. The money will be able to sell for something that will make sense to me. So, not to brag, but I got plenty of knowledge in health policy. So yeah, but other than that, that was a good show, and yeah, I hope our next guest will be a firing politician or policy expert like Eddie Jawulo. And I wrote my question because when I saw your profile, I wrote my question down, but I thought, yeah, man.
Thank you. Let's hear you, Aloysius. Take us home on this.
Okay, you getting me now, right?
Yes.
Okay, we got bad weather, sort of a little bit weather. I was saving my gas. I turned on my AC, so my phone's not getting hot. So, our brother is a politician. He is a politician. He's a politician. He might be a young politician. He is a politician. The fact that he participated in the electoral process and mobilized, there should be objective, like carrying. So you're a businessman. He knows what business is. He knows why he getting from his business before getting into politics. So he will not just risk his business. So the decision he made to join, he knows exactly where he's going. So he's aware of the intricacies in politics. Maybe you're kind of a little bit new to the political arena, probably. But you're a good guy. You did extremely well. And we hope that you will continue and engage the people in Nima. And we need young people who will move our country, and the world a lot, because we are the group that will be living beyond for now, the next generation. So we cannot allow only our old folks to be making decisions on our behalf. So he did extremely well. He is a politician. I must commend him. And he commented on Honorable Koga as well, that Honorable Koga is doing that from a realistic standpoint. That's his opinion. And it means that he's following what is happening in Nima. And he also, admonish or ask Koga that tomorrow he should be also willing to be audited. So he's following. So he's doing extremely well. I appreciate him for that. And the issue of drugs in Liberia, Iman Fana saying, the issue of drugs in Liberia, we have been joking with drugs in Liberia. People have been joking with drugs. I agree that it's good to test people who go to perform the job, not only people who work with DEA, government officials as well. Like I work here in America. My company can get ready to say, hey, Aloysius, you're going for drug tests. I'm not working for government. I'm not working for anybody. So it shouldn't be only people that work with DEA. It should be even our lawmaker. Senate drugs when they're getting too much in Liberia. It should be a requirement for people who work with government, in the legislature, in the police, in other sector, even health sector, to go through drug tests. And like our brother Francois said, by you passing the drugs, that does not necessarily mean that you nap out of drugs. Sometimes you can sell drugs, but at least that shows a signal that they are serious about the drugs business. The new guy they appointed, Fejero is my friend, his personal friend. We know one another from UL. He got agility to fight drugs, but we need the fight of drugs differently. And I'm a bit disappointed prior to appointing him. All the drugs they've been arresting, you see old lily, one old lily holding plastic bag in your hand. They consider her to be drugs carrier. Then you go on the other side, you see Zogo carrying drug in a packet. You see that drugs carrier. Those are the victims of drugs. They are the victims. So there are people who are transporting these drugs. Who are those bringing these drugs in the country? These are the arrests we want to hear. And when you grab them, you just carry them somewhere or you put them in jail. You don't investigate. This drug that is in this person's hand, somebody may have given him or her that drugs. So why can you trace that route, follow it to the letter, and know where this drug is coming from? Who gave the drug? You get to the first person, the second person, the third person, the fourth person. Let them confess. Create a condition. Create an investigation, the investigatory channel, so that you know where the drugs coming from. You cannot go out and just grab group of people from under the tree, on a tarpaulin, and then you put it online. You say you're fighting drugs. No, you're not fighting drugs. You're making fun. So federal need to do it differently. We need different approach. And the fight of drugs is sincere from a sincere basis. If you listen to Fejero, he said he got his two daughters. He got his daughters that are going to school. He worries about them every day. That's the key thing I got from him. And you listen to another recalling that for the office, for the DA office, when the three guys went to arrest, those they arrested, one of the official daughters were in their midst. So that means that there is nobody free on the drugs thing. This drugs thing belongs to everybody, affecting everybody, even the pastors, even people who carry drugs, their family, their sister, their brother. So there's a national call. It's a patriotic call. It is not necessarily about money. We know we need the money. You got to pay your bills. We agree. But what will it do? When you pay your bills and your sister's daughter, your sister's son, your brother's son is in a ghetto dying, that man will replace you tomorrow. And we shouldn't take the drugs in lightly. You see Haiti and other countries today, they got gangs group that in fact they're fighting to take over government. So there's a national threat. It's a national threat because it is growing. They're interacting with other people. They learn social media is growing. I can sit down right here and communicate with people in Ivory Coast. I can sit down right here and communicate with people in Venezuela. They tell you what to do and what not to do. So there's a threat to even our national government. It's not something that we should take lightly. While it's true that we're fighting to get rid of it, our children are at risk. Even the government itself, the Liberal government is at risk. Because time will come, you will not tell. Your guys will group somewhere, they say you cannot pass, maybe 6 o'clock, you can't pass to go Cape Mount. They will grab that place, you can't pass it. And little by little, before you get to know, those people get a lot of weapons, they get a lot of things under their control, they become real fight. So as it is right now, we need to stand strong. Family member, they should have a system that there should be a hotline you can call. People who operate covertly, they will call the hotline whistleblower, yeah. That they can call, they say, hey, to so and so places. Our drugs dealer, you go to the ghetto, you can see that all the people who bring in the drugs. When you really want to get rid of these drugs, people who bring in the drugs, the very people you're arresting can carry you. We've been talking, doing it over and over. So we believe, or we hope that Federal and his group will do it differently. We'll go after the me people, not the victim. We need a real fight. We need a true fight with the drugs thing. It's getting very risky for everybody in our country. So I stop there for now anyway.
Thank you, Aloysius. It has been a good show. Hopefully tomorrow we'll see you here again. Hopefully. Yeah.
So since my sister came and I've been coming, I don't know. I think my second time meeting all year on this show. So thank you. As a loon female, you're doing pretty well. We appreciate you for that. And for me, when I was at the University of Liberia, one of those who
Aloysius, you snap out of the mic again.
My phone? No. Yeah.
Oh, Yari.
Oh, you hear me? Yeah.
Mhm.
When we were making the Musa
Aloysius
constitution,
going out. But again, panelists, it has been a really good show tonight. Hopefully tomorrow, we will see all of you guys here again for us to discuss issues happening in Liberia and outside of Liberia too as well. Thank you guys for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.